Ladies and gentlemen, the long wait is over. It is opening night from Kaplan Field here in beautiful Newburgh, New York. It is a lovely 6 p.m. start, 70 degrees. I'm Lucas Stackpole. With me in the booth tonight is my good friend Bob Hauk. And Bob, we should be in for a good contest tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Lucas. I'm absolutely ecstatic for this. Getting hints of like an equivalent of a Week 0 matchup. Got a little bit of a David versus Goliath, but I'm extremely excited. It should be a blast. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Mount St. Mary Knights are squaring off against the Violets of New York University. And frankly, Bob, we were talking about this before the broadcast. The Knights have a big task on their hands. This is a team ranked 17th in the country going into this year. This is a team in away non-conference matchups. They played 7 of them. They did not lose 1. So this is quite the start. This is quite the test to open the year here for Mount St. Mary.
Yeah, absolutely. At our division where you play conference games that directly affect your playoff standings and non-conference usually does not, it's difficult to keep the team motivated on the road for games that don't directly contribute to your playoff standing. But obviously if they haven't lost a single game on the road, that's a very big hint that they're coming here to play and they're going to play hard.
And this is a team last year, again, just to really hammer home how good NYU has been. Last year, they beat Mount St. Mary 4-0. They've beaten the Knights every year since 2018. And last year, the first loss for the Violets came at the hand of Washington University, who at the time were the best-ranked team in the country.
Yes, I believe they are, for the preseason poll, I believe they're still #1 in the country. Very good program. New York University is an extremely good program. New York University does not let in a lot of goals, so I think we're going to see a very conservative, a lot of passing. We'll try to identify what formations we're looking at the start of this game, but I believe we'll be seeing a much slower paced game. New York will they're not going to hound you down, but they're not going to let you score.
The music has died off. Number 13, Hunter Holscher, kicks the ball away, and Bob, it's time to party. First game of the 2025 campaign for the Mount St. Mary Knights. I think we're all pretty excited for this one, Bob.
Absolutely, we're stoked. I've noticed here that NYU's come out in a form of a 4-3-3. I'm trying to identify what the Knights are in. They look like they're in a 4-4-2 of some sort, but I could be totally incorrect.
The Violets keeping the ball on their own end, very methodical. That finds its way all the way closer towards the broadcast booth. That's number 4, Elizabeth Argenziano, a captain, 1 of 4 on this Violets team. Bringing it up the near sideline is number 20, Maddie Jean. Taken away by the Knights, given right back to the Violets. Working with it now is number 8, Rena Caligeros, another captain. And in front, there's a good chance, early good defense to knock the ball away. Ball still loose in front, and it's in.
It's home. Number 23, Alexa Balbaum on the ball. Got in behind the defense, split the defenders, toe poked it home. Not a great start for the Knights.
Well, just a slow start on defense for the Knights, and that's a goal within the first minute of the play. And if you're the Violets, you can't ask for a better start to the game, and frankly, you can't ask for a better start to the year.
That is a great way to start the year. Technically, last year, the Knights did score more goals per game than New York University, but New York University plays in a much larger conference, if I'm not mistaken, but New York also let in much less goals than we did.
And now that pass picked off. It's Caligeros again. Working it inside the goalie box now. Fires. That one hits someone out in front. Still loose. They leave it towards the middle. That shot deflected. The Knights need to get it out. NYU, great pressure here early on. That one picked off. Brought along the near sideline. That's number 6, Grace Mora. Mora keeping that ball knocked out of bounds. Headed towards the sideline and out of play. The referees point in the direction of the Violets.
Absolutely great motor from Grace Moore there. The Knights' highest scorer last year. It's wonderful to see that sort of hustle out of your top talisman.
Zhang leaves it in for Caligeros. Quickly swarmed. It's the first game of the year for us broadcasters, too. That ball thrown, kicked well downfield, picked up by Baldwin. Baldwin leaves it for Welsh. Welsh sizing up, no immediate pressure. Welsh sends it over towards midfield. That one, nobody home, knocked away. And I'm noticing now here early on, Bob, the Knights have had a really hard time just keeping the ball within their possession. Here's Mora now, foot race to the ball. Won quickly by Zhang. Zhang leaves it back. Here towards the end line. NYU very methodical with the ball movement here early on.
Yeah, and teams that play strong 4-3-3s, you're going to see a lot of passing. You see a lot of triangles out in the field. You're going to see a lot of players getting into lanes, making direct passes. So you're going to see a lot of possession from NYU tonight.
That prior pass went the width of the field. Brooks Steely had trouble coming up with it, but no pressure, so Steely's able to recover, and the Violets push the ball upfield. That one booted off out of bounds. Caitlin Hansen adamantly believed it was going to go the Knights' way. The referees disagree. It'll stick with New York. Working it inside now. Leaves it back. Good move. Trying to create any sort of separation. I mean, other than that first goal, the Knights have tightened up the interior defense. Trying to work her rain around Hansen. Hansen not having it. That one headed out by number 13. Outside.
Yeah, absolutely, Lucas. I mean, getting scored on in the first minute by the 17th team in the nation is definitely a wake-up call, definitely a splash of cold water in the face. So it seems like the Knights have definitely gotten their wits about them.
I mean, it's like taking a punch in the first round from the heavyweight. I mean, you knew you were going to face some sort of adversity early. It was just a matter of how much and when. And now, I mean, you get, like you said, you get the ice water poured on you early. Now it's ready to go. Now it's time to party.
Of course, there's that boxing quote where you've got all your game plans until you get punched in the face.
That's exactly it. I mean, good teams respond from adversity. I mean, obviously, we're not even 5 minutes into the contest. Perhaps you and I are being a little dramatic, but I mean, I'm curious. I am curious to see how the Knights are able to respond. Again, the interior defense has looked a lot better, but still not much shaking on offense.
I'm seeing a very isolated 4-3-3 formation with Tanko up top as the lone forward. That does cause issues when you're not keeping as much possession as you'd like when you're pumping up balls up the alley. That can become an issue if the opposing team's back line is intercepting those long passes if you're playing over the top.
Welsh looking for Tanko on the throw-in, quickly swarmed by Violets, so Welsh will try a throw-in for the third time, and it feels like 30 seconds. Welsh to do it again. That one is knocked out of bounds. The referees commiserate. It'll stick with the Knights, and it'll be yet another throw-in.
The purple wall from the New York University side is becoming suffocating as they're tapping out so many balls for throw-ins here, slowing the pace of the game.
The Knights definitely having a lot of trouble with the purple people eaters here early on.
Absolutely.
The Knights now, it's Mora working it around midfield. Mora leaves it, that's number 10, Caitlin Schotter. Schotter leaves it for Tanko. Tanko left the ball behind. It'll go the way of the Violets, but that's the first time where the Knights have been able to string together a few good passes.
Absolutely. And when you're playing alone,
Nakarado knocks it away. The Violets, a little bit pressure now more than there was earlier in the contest, but they come away with it just fine. Some time to reset. They start working the ball. That one out of bounds on the far sideline. It'll go the way of the Knights.
And absolutely, as I was saying previously, it's so difficult sometimes because you have to have your lone striker up top and your midfield in the same mode to be able to coordinate on those long balls. Because if you get caught off sides, you're giving away possessions easily.
Welsh's pass on the throw and quickly picked off. So NYU's defense has just been smothering. But I mean, the offense is. I mean, you get the quick goal a minute into the contest, but a lot of turnovers, a lot of mishaps on that far sideline for the Violets.
Absolutely. I'm getting hints of some Jose Mourinho tactics here as they're parking the bus on the Knights, and it seems to be their vision here is to just hold on to this lead and not let us score.
Schotter is going to leave it well behind for Welsh. Welsh gets it. That's back to Schotter. Schotter's going to get it to the near sideline. That's number 14, Isabella Barone. Welsh, that pass intended for Nakarado, picked off. Nakarado, can't you come back down with it? No, a little bit of a fight for the ball, ultimately won by the Violets. We're bringing it down the far sideline now. Works it closer towards the middle of the field. There's one of the captains, Hunter Holscher. Holscher loses her footing. Wrapped up quickly by the goalie, number 23, Elizabeth Lenan, and the Knights will try again. Bob, if you're the Knights, and if you're kind of, I mean, again, we're still extremely early into the contest, but if you're kind of stuck in a rut, you can't get around the defense. Because the Violets have just looked really good on defense so far. If you're the Knights, what are you doing to try and break the press, so to speak?
To break the press, I feel like you just have to hold on to possession more, and you have to just be passing the ball around in your triangles. If we're playing a version of a 4-3-3, if we're playing a 4-5-1, something in that realm, you just have to be able to get your lone striker up top in behind the defense. So a lot of it does come from that.
That one is rocketed by Argenziano. Deep into Knights territory. It's a foot race for the ball. Maddie Zhang gives chase. That one, Zhang gets leveled out near the end line.
Baldwin on the ball there.
Very
strong challenge.
The referees ruled that was a soccer move. No slaps on the wrist for anyone. It'll be a goalie kick, I believe, because the ball exited past the end line. Lenan now to fire it away.
And it's always such a judgment call because frequently in high school we were always told that as long as you don't extend the arm, you'll be able to get away with it. But every referee is always different, so.
There's no malicious intent there, and refereeing seems to be an issue across all sports nowadays. So there's nothing wrong with letting people play. That one tried to work inside, giving chase now is Holscher. Holscher works it back outside the goalie box, drops it off for number 11, Sonia Neighbors. Neighbors now in alone. Neighbors gets a shot off, fires just high.
That was a firecracker that just went above the bar there. That would have been an unbelievable goal.
Solid effort there from Sonia Neighbors. Gets the ball outside the goalie box, works it inside, gets a fairly uncontested shot off just high. And that's the best chance we've seen for either side since the game's opening goal.
Absolutely. It's so tough going to your weak side there on the left and trying to curl one into the top of the net. About 20 out, that's a very difficult shot.
What do you mean if you're the Violets? I mean, you're already up 1-0, but if you can find ways to get shots like that every so often, I mean, you're in a pretty good position.
Absolutely. And I've noticed here the size of the Violets bench even is this. I counted there. They have 22 people standing on the bench right now. It's the same size as our entire roster. So I'd imagine when they get going, they probably get suffocating, and it's probably very difficult.
I mean, the Violets have depths, it seems, at every position from every corner of the country, and that's just a great asset to have. I mean, you can never complain about, you know, my steak is too juicy, my lobster is too buttery. I mean, it's a good problem to have a lot of depth.
No, absolutely, because every state is extremely different with its soccer culture and the way they teach their youth players.
It's Brooke Steely in purple, outrunning Litanko, drops it off for the goalie, and the Violets will reset again. Working upfield is Argenziano. Argenziano loses the ball, and here's a chance now for the Knights. It's Schotter. Schotter puts the move on. Schotter, that one quickly taken away by Argenziano, but the Knights, that's the first time they've had the ball in the opposing box all game, and they're putting some Southern defense on now. Mora entangled up with number 8 there, the captain for NYU. NYU, that one picked off now, and here are the Knights. Big defensive stand there. Mora giving chase. Argenziano is going to keep it, let it roll out of bounds. And it'll go the way of the Violets. There's the Knights. Piece by piece, they're slowly figuring out the offense. I mean, we're just about 10 minutes into the contest, still 1-0. The Knights picking it up a little bit, I'd say, on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Not to blabber too much, but I think in a nutshell, that is definitely what the Knights need to be doing, is they need to be keeping the press up top. I will not completely say the lone striker up top, Tanko, needs to be the only one pressing, but the midfield press in general does need to be tighter to win these balls back so they cannot be passing around their own half, eating away so many minutes.
Shu leaves it for Steely on the far end of the field. Steely's going to work it past midfield. Pressing defense yet from the Knights. Steely will drop it off on the far side of the field. Violets waiting. No on-ball defense, I'm noticing, Bob.
Yes, it seems like they're inviting the Violets to take long ball chances, and honestly, that's not my favorite thing, because it's a safe thing the Violets can be doing if they can keep people back and they can just pump them up the channel on the left or the right or the wing.
Well, I mean, as we just saw, I mean, that Neighbors shot on goal just a few minutes ago. I mean, this seems like this is a team you can't give too much space.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it doesn't help when anyone on the squad can pull out a stunner from their back pocket.
Corner kick. Violets are going to do some damage here. Oh, that one just wide. That one ends up just wide of the net off the foot of number 29, Sydney Freese. But, Bob, that was another really good opportunity for the Violets.
Came on the delayed run there, unmarked on the back post. That's a really difficult ball to keep home. Just barely angled the foot up a little bit too high, whizzed it over the bar.
Elite ball placement, too, on the initial corner kick. I mean, Freese, who got the shot off, was really the only one in the area. Now the only one in the area is Hunter Holscher giving chase. Can't get it before it goes out of bounds. It'll go the way of the Knights.
Offside appeals from the Knights' back line, but it will not matter as the ball rolled out.
So we're now just a little over 12 minutes into the contest. I mean, so far, it's definitely not lopsided by any means. But, I mean, just as watchers of the game, it has definitely been all Violets so far.
100%. I would probably assume in the realm of 65 to 35% in percentage-wise.
Shu leaves it for Holscher. Holscher working around the top of the box, leaves it towards the far sideline. I believe that's Freese. Freese puts the moves on, trying to get the ball back inside the box. That pass deflected, shoots straight up, still inbounds, but definitely in no danger of being knocked in yet. Pops loose. Holscher gives chase, can't come down with it. That one kicked out by someone, and the Violets are going to have to start from scratch. You were right on the head, Bob. I mean, conservative. This one breaks loose in front. It'll trickle towards the goalie. That one wrapped up by Lenan. But you were spot on. I mean, being conservative with the ball has certainly worked out very well for the Violets to start the night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just getting that quick goal at the very beginning, they can sit around and play in possession however they want, and when the Knights have to commit so many back to watch that ball over the top and watch that run through, then our lone striker up top is Tanko's by herself, so it makes it extremely difficult for her to link up with any sort of midfield.
Zhang on the throw-in, Holscher guarded tightly by De Leon. De Leon puts moves on. Holscher comes back down with the ball. She'll reset. That one, Baldwin gets it away before it can get into too much danger. That one, pickpocket. It took her lunch money. That's number 8, Rena Caligrios. That one is in. From inside the box, knocks it home. It is now 2-0 NYU, and just a good start to the game keeps getting better.
I believe that was number 23, Alexa Ballbaum, once again, her second of the game. I mean, just got laid off for her, and she just put the cookie back in the jar. Just caressed it straight into the back post right there. That's just an unfortunate goal to give up.
So now, I mean, the Knights are going to have to battle back from 2 down. I mean, you have to piece together the offense to do that, but I mean, 2 goals is the most dangerous lead in hockey. I'd assume the same goes for soccer. I mean, I've seen stranger things have happened. Knights just back to the drawing board. There's still plenty of soccer left to play.
Absolutely. I mean, 32 miles and some change is definitely a long time to go, so we got a long road trip ahead of us.
The Violets wasting no time to get the ball back inside again, putting the moves on, gets past Baldwin. That one fired. That one wrapped up by Lenand. That's now 4 shots on goal for the Violets, and I think they can smell blood in the water now.
Absolutely. Reassuring from Lenand, though, to be able to gather that off the turf, especially on turf fields. The ball does bounce around in very strange ways.
Lenand sends it towards midfield. That one picked off. There's Hunter Holscher again with the ball. And Bob, I feel like we've been saying her name a lot.
Absolutely. It seems like she's playing towards up front as a center forward or a number 10. She's been, causing a lot of havoc in there. Just getting just in that free roaming role where she can be playing balls and she can be making runs.
Little tic-tac-toe passing for the Violet sets up Alexa Bucksbaum for yet another shot on goal. That one ends up high of the net, but I mean, Bucksbaum, she scored both the goals. Why not feed the hot hand?
Oh, absolutely here. Both goals she scored were solo shots on net, and sometimes it just happens. Someone gets hot, and you can't do much about it.
And again, just the purple people eaters. I mean, NYU has just been playing smothering defense throughout the entirety of the contest so far. Here's Zhang, leaves it way up top. That shot from way outside, not quite on target, but the Knights have to find a way to get it out. That one's still loose out in front. Good spin move. That one blocked. Zhang now working along the far sideline. Zhang, that one knocked away and out of bounds.
No call clearance. And I apologize. I was trying to find my stat sheet that I buried under my desk. Ballbaum only scored 2 goals last year, so she's already matched her season's total in 1 match.
Now working it up. Leaves it away from the box. That's Carla Giros. That one now back towards midfield, well in the possession of the Violets. It's Steely. Steely up along the far sideline. That one worked back inside. It's Freese. Freese tries to get it in the hands. That's number 26, Annabelle Booker. Booker. That one ends up out behind the end line. Knights ball.
And the Knights have to be really careful here, Lucas, because the Violets are just really comfortable playing this up the wing and clipping in balls to the back post, and they have to make sure they're marking those late runs in so they cannot be giving up tap-ins.
And really just, I mean, we kept hammering it home, but as long as it's a game theme, we're going to keep talking about it. The Violets' defense has just been sweltering. No official shots on goal yet for Mount St. Mary. Playing tic-tac-toe here up along the near sideline. It's Zhang. That pass blocked. Tussle for the ball, won ultimately by nobody. Ends up out of bounds near the booth. The referee's commiserating a little bit. It'll go the way of the Knights. Tanko to throw it in. Leaves it behind instead. That's number 14, Isabella Barone.
And if I may add, Lucas, in a near 20-plus game season last year, the Violets only gave up 17 goals all year.
There's a ball knocked out of bounds immediately after the throw-in, and NYU's defense has just been a wall. You can see why they have these women ranked 17th in the country, deservedly so. Nakarado playing some nice defense. Tanko in on the steal, can't get the ball. And it'll be Steely, far sideline, and the Violets are going to start from scratch.
And I do help but notice they don't have a sweeper, which is usually one or a person you have on your back line that just has the heaviest boot on the team that can be controlling the defense, like the defense's captain, that can be booting the ball out. And they have 2 center backs that are extremely, extremely comfortable on the ball to be able to play it out of the back.
Tussle for the ball. That one headed towards the far corner. Holscher elects to let it go. We'll see what the refs decide to do with it. Knights ball. And now for the Knights, you have to start stringing together at least some quality possessions. I mean, they haven't really controlled the ball in the Violets' end to any capacity, really. I mean, I can think of that one opportunity at the very beginning of the game, but not much to speak of since then.
No, absolutely. And with the lone striker up top, Tanko, being suffocated by Argenziano and Steely, you have to be playing the ball out of the wings. You have to be working up the left and the right channels because
Shu leaves it for Zhang. Zhang back to Shu.
Because NYU has obviously come out with the goal to suffocate the middle and take away anything up the middle. So
Shu for Steely north of far sideline. Steely will fire one. I'm not sure if that was a shot on net. It deflects off Holscher out in front, wrapped up fairly easily by Lenan. And that does go in the book as a shot on goal, so that's the 5th of the game for the Violets. Lenan's kick, and this is where I'm noticing the Knights are having a lot of trouble. I mean, these goalie kicks or free kicks, just the opportunity for the Knights to try and keep the ball in their own possession. Here's a chance now for the Violets. That one's still loose in front. Have to get it out. Top of the box now. That one's still loose. We have a whistle.
Is that a free kick that's been called here outside the box?
I believe so. So we have a whistle in our first stoppage, and the Violets will line up for what appears to be a free kick. So, Bob, if you're the Violets, what's the strategy here?
I see them lining up Eileen Zhu's left leg here on this free kick. I would just let her take a rip here. They're only about 25 out. They do have the right foot that can.
It's Kalargaros towards the net. That one knocked away by Lenan.
I apologize. I couldn't finish my thought quick enough there. Yeah, it's difficult when you have a left-footed swing and a right-footed swing. You're not sure which one's about to come out.
Rena Kalargaros, one of 4 captains on the squad. They let her take the free kick. That one knocked away by Lenan. I believe that is her first. No, it's not her first save of the game, but it is definitely her best save of the game. Nicely done, and it'll be a corner kick. I believe that is Eileen Zhu taking the honors. Zhu towards the net, sinking line drive. That one knocked away. Fires again. They score.
That was a thunderbolt.
Elizabeth Argenziano on the rebound, hammers it home, and it is 3-0 Violets. Best case scenario, the first corner kick, the shot off the corner kick doesn't go in. Argenziano right there on the rebound, and the Violets are flat out in the driver's seat.
Wow, that was a thunderbolt. That definitely was not straight off the training ground, but the deflection came out, and the volley was home, and that's a wonderful goal to score.
So the Knights now really just have to get back up off the mat. Tanko leaves it for Nakarado. That one picked off, giving chase is Hansen. Well within the possession of the Violets. And now here from the booth, we can see the Violets are preparing to make at least 2 substitutions. That one worked in, fairly uncontested, leaves it towards the middle. Good job corralling it. Good job getting a shot off. That one blocked. It comes back out. Still loose in front. Gets it out of the goalie box. Caitlin Hansen giving chase. And you just have to get the ball out of your own end if you're the Knights.
Absolutely. You can't be letting the ball rattle around inside the box because when deflections get around and bounces come your way, it's all bad news.
That one ends up out of bounds. I mean, as I was saying, preparing to come into the game for the Violets, number 3, Avril Silva, and number 35, Julia Spang. Welsh, that ball tossed in, intended for Nakarado, quickly picked off. That one's still loose. Diving effort, can't knock the ball away. Fires, saved. Can of corn for Lenan. The Violets have that's number 11, Sonia Neighbors. Again, no Neighbors specifically, but I mean, as you can attribute to this entire team, the Violets have done a great job creating shots.
Absolutely. 8 shots on goal within the first 20 minutes of the match is always a good look for the team.
De Leon will leave it for Lenan. Lenan sets up, pressured quickly. Gets the pass off. That ball picked off. Kaligaros gives chase. That one ends up out of bounds. Knights ball. The 2 new substitutions are on. Coming off, number 23, Alexa Bucksbaum, the 2-time goal scorer in tonight's contest, and number 26, Annabelle Booker. That ball thrown in. Good defense from Barone. Coming down with it anyway is number 14, Leah Berg. Tanko gives chase. Tanko hard slide, knocks the ball away. Down on the field, that is Shu. The referees elects no stoppage. Tanko drives up. Tanko gets hit. Another Violet down. And so play is stopped, but not before Lily Tanko takes out 2 NYU Violets.
Wow. You know, at this point in the match, you gotta love seeing that type of aggression, that type of commitment from the lone striker up top.
Both players appear all right, both walking under their own power. Elizabeth Argenziano, who has a goal in this game, a little shaken up, walking towards the sideline. We hope nothing but the best for either of them.
And if you're Tanko, you have to be careful playing that aggressive for the ball back, because getting a yellow card this early in the match is definitely not a good case for your lone striker up top.
And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, there's nothing malignant about those hits. It's just how it shakes out sometimes. The Knights coming off the field now. I think the Violets just taking a chance, letting their girls breathe.
Absolutely. And speaking of breathing, I think the Knights also need to take a breath as well. They've been very rough in possession. I believe they just need to hold on to the ball better in the midfield channels.
I mean, just to start the contest, we're a little over 20 minutes in now. I mean, the Knights just look flustered. I mean, the Violets have been in the driver's seat the whole game. I mean, the first contest was scored 50. The first goal of the contest, was scored 50 seconds into the game, and it's just been domination since.
Yeah, never an easy thing to come back from. And when NYU is controlling the ball so well in their own channels, and they have two center backs that are able to play the ball out so cleanly from the back, it is very, very difficult to get that ball back and control that ball cleanly.
We hope everyone in purple is okay. Eileen Zhu appears to remain in the game. Elizabeth Argenziano does not. So hopefully she's okay, and both sides gearing up to pick back up play. That's number 33. Oh my goodness. This is where the pronouncing sheet comes in handy. Number 33, Alexandra Joki, spelled Gjokaj. Luckily, we have a sheet here that tells me how to pronounce these names.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
That's a name you'd see in the NHL.
Yeah, really. The Wi-Fi password.
There's so many. Anyway, that one knocked out of bounds near sideline. But I always wonder how hockey broadcasters are able to do it on the fly. You know,
that is impressive.
Like guys like Van Riemsdyk. Like how do you see that name?
James Van Riemsdyk. You just know, I guess. You just got to be prepped. I mean, I've seen like there's TikToks and stuff of like day in the lives of like announcers. Their sheets, like their note sheets, are pages long.
The referees catch the handball there. That one went off the hand of Calargaros. That'll be away of the Knights. There are a lot of names on this roster where I've had to do double takes. You know, it's the first game of the year for us, too. We're finding our footing.
Absolutely. Bound to happen when you pull from so many different places around the country.
Steely leaves it for Silva. Silva, of course, fresh into the game. Silva up the far sideline. That's back for number 35, Julia Spang, also fresh into the game. That one ends up out of bounds near the corner. Violet's ball. So the Violets prepare, I believe. No corner kick. That one just a throw in. And the Violets, the Violets give up the ball. Here come the Knights now. It's Hansen pushing it up along the far sideline. Hansen gets the ball past midfield, leaves it for Tanko. Tanko back for Hansen. Hansen fires, giving chase. Giving chase is Joki. That one, the goalie, leaves it back for Steely. I'm never going to remember that. I'm just going to have to look at the pronunciation chart every time the ball goes to Alexandra Joki. Joki fires. And here's an in alone perfect chance now for the Violets. It's Berg. Berg cross field. Good defense there. That one deflected. Still in the possession of the Violets. They have to get it out. Violets bring down to Neighbors again. Neighbors fires. Lenan
Grabbed.
goes to the ground, makes the save. There's Sonia Neighbors again, just doing an excellent job with shot creation. The great stop there from Elizabeth Lenan, and it stays 3-0.
Unbelievably terrifying thing as a defender and a goalkeeper when a forward can pull out a left-footed shot like that.
And she's done that 2 or 3 times today.
She whizzed one over the bar earlier.
Now it's Spang, almost has that one taken away. Gets it back, Spang leaves it up the far sideline. Works it in now. Gets around. And that one ends up out of bounds
Welsh to guide it out for a corner.
Corner kick, and now comes the third corner kick of the game for the Violets. They've had 2 prior. One of them very nearly went in, and the other one went in. So, I mean, if you're the Violets, you're feeling pretty good about your chances here, and you can go plenty of different routes.
Absolutely, and motorcycle passing by doing a wheelie. And I would be watching these Violets that are lurking at the top of the box that are coming in this delayed run as they have Neighbors on the back post as a decoy here as a dummy.
That one fired. That one knocked away. Fresh into the game for the Violets, number 34, Yakino Wakatuki, the final captain to make their debut. She's 4th of 4. And the Violets will just get to try a corner kick again. We are just under 20 minutes to play here in the first half. If you're just now joining us, it is 3-0 Violets. Corner kick sent away. Lots of traffic in front. That one deflected. Wakatuki comes down with it, works it outside the box. Wakatuki for Neighbors. Good defense there from Hansen. That one sent all the way closer towards midfield. The Violets still have possession. Now they're going to have to work it all the way back in. Pass towards the end line. Wakatuki giving chase, and it ends up out of play.
I believe there was an offsides called there. She was just half a step ahead from the back line here.
First offside of the game, I believe. So far, I mean, other than the injury timeout, the brief injury timeout, thankfully everybody appeared okay. I mean, has not been a lot of stoppages. It's been a fast-moving game.
It's been a lot of gas, no brakes.
Now one intended for Tanko past midfield. Can't quite corral it. Joki now. Joki for Jody Loturco. Loturco for Neighbors. Neighbors approached by Tanko, forced to get rid of it. It's Steely at midfield. Steely now works it inside. Good pass up ahead.
Wonderful ball chipped in there. Again, just hardly offsides.
Right idea there. Looking for Wakatuki, just too far out ahead.
Second one in a minute here. I think Wakatuki's getting a little anxious here to try and nab a goal.
And the Knights, and sorry, not the Knights, the Violets, NYU, they've been in complete control, and I think now, I mean, obviously you can't take your foot off the gas in any capacity, but I think they've known for a while now that they're in the driver's seat.
Absolutely, and again, just playing those conservative balls in on the wing, not committing too many purple shirts forward.
A centering pass there from Jody Laturco, wrapped up by Lenan. Another goalie kick incoming. And Bob, if you're the Knights, and we got 17 minutes for the break, I mean, what changes are you making? What have you seen?
From my bare knowledge, which I hope I will not get fried for, I would have to look at either a formation change or a tactic change here to be pressing the back line a little bit more often. Because with 2 center backs and 2 full backs that can control the ball so well and play the ball slowly up towards their midfield, you have to have a body on the ball at all times.
There's Silva working the ball on the far side. I mean, NYU has just they've just done the little things right. I mean, obviously there's little stuff you can point at, but that goes for everyone. But for the most part, it's been an extremely well-played game for NYU. And for a team that's ranked 17th in the country, I mean, I don't want to say this is the start they expected to get off to, but, I mean, it's going as well as you'd hoped.
Yes, absolutely. And I think at this point it's damage control through the rest of this half, and I believe in the second half it's just letting it eat. And all bets are off for the Knights in the second half, so I think the work rate just has to increase significantly.
There's Hansen along the far sideline. That one quickly wrapped up by Wakatuki, playing smothering defense. Leaves it now. It's Berg. Berg's pass taken away by Hansen. Hansen leaves it for Nacarado. Nacarado now. That one picked up by Mora. Mora, and the Knights could have something cooking here. Mora looking to get past midfield. That one quickly knocked away. Number 16, Ali Wall. Giving chase now is Riley Tondini. Tondini made a good play on the ball, but it was quickly wrapped up by the Violets. Working it back now is Wall again. Wall upfield, way out ahead of Leah Berg. And Elizabeth and Lenan will wrap that up fairly uncontested.
And I can't help but to notice, Lucas, when the Violets here are on possession, even though they're up 3 goals, they've got so many options up forward for them, and the Knights are just not getting runs into place quick enough to have support for ball carriers on their way through the attacking channel.
I mean, the thing is, we've applauded them most of the game for this. I mean, just the ability to create separation for the Violets has been a real difference maker. It's allowed them to get more shots off. I mean, historically, more shots leads to more goals.
Absolutely, and the forward runs to spread out the back line and to open up the midfield channels to be able to pass the ball freely is definitely a huge factor in that.
You can see the Violets, the plan of attack now is they're just trying to get someone back deep, someone, you know, for lack of a better term, someone to cherry pick, quote unquote. I mean, obviously, that's not the strategy, but you leave the ball in and you hope someone could go catch up to it and create a one-on-one. They've had a few plays like that where they've been busted for offsides, or the pass is just simply too far ahead of the intended target. But that's how they scored their first goal of the game, and so, I mean, they're kind of hanging their hat on that.
Yeah, sorry, and I do believe they're parking the bus here, as they would call it in England. It seems to be that they're just playing safe balls over the top and trying to clip balls through to their lone strikers up top, or their forwards that are lurking forwards, to make sure they keep bodies back at all times, not to concede any goals here late in the half.
And again, we alluded to this earlier. I mean, at no point is it okay to take your foot off the gas, but you can definitely tell that the Violets have given themselves plenty of breathing room here.
Absolutely. After bringing on a few subs here and backing up the press just a little bit, I do believe they're fairly close to hitting cruise control at this point.
The Violets very methodical with the ball. Now Steely sends it way upfield, and here's the dump and chase action we were just talking about. That one ends up with another offside.
Just narrowly offside there. Would have been an unbelievable ball over the top.
Well, I mean, for the most part, these balls over the top, I mean, the Violets have kind of shot themselves in the foot. I mean, like we said, we were literally just talking about this. It's either ended up being an offside, that past one was the third one of the contest, or the pass is just too far ahead, and it's an easy play for Lennon. But, I mean, again, that's how they scored their first goal of the contest. If they can find a way to replicate what they did for that first goal, I mean, the Knights really haven't had a way to counter yet. Here's Tondini working it inside. Tondini from Mora. Mora quickly smothered. That one knocked away. It's Silva now for New York. Silva up the far sideline. The Violets looking to get it back towards the Knights' end of midfield, and they successfully do. It leaves it way up ahead now. It's Wakatuki. Wakatuki has a step on Welsh. Welsh steps up. Welsh able to play defense. It's Wakatuki and alone. Wakatuki got a shot off. That one knocked away by a diving Lenan. But just an impressive effort there from Captain Yukino Watatuki. I mean, she gets the ball about halfway between midfield and the net, and she goes in uncontested and gets a shot off. Just great separation from NYU tonight.
And even the solo play that did not get home, she still had, I think, 3 or 4 bodies supporting her in the box if she needed to cross. So I think that is just the difference maker right now. So NYU has just got the higher work rate. They're able to get there for that if they need it.
Morris sends it upfield, but there's nobody home in white. It'll be Steely towards that far back corner, and NYU will bake a cake from scratch here once again. That's Joki in number 33. I'm finally getting the hang of that, Bob.
Attaboy.
I mean, 33 and Joki kind of rhyme. So, I mean, I think I'm just trying to teach myself that. I'm just trying to Pavlov's dog myself into remembering that name. Tondini now, far sideline. Sends that one. Leaves that for Hansen. Hansen has that one knocked out of bounds, and the referees will leave it with the way the Violets. Silva to throw it in. The referees have something, and it's a plethora of substitutions now for NYU.
On the topic of hockey, it looks like a line change coming here onto the field.
And this is what you said, Bob. I mean, just about having that kind of depth and the ability to make these kinds of substitutions, because, I mean, everybody, I mean, what is this, 33 women on the roster, and every single one of them, you know, I mean, this is really just a team that can beat you from all angles. I mean, they're 17th in the country for a reason, and we've seen that so far.
Yeah, it seems really evident it's a bend don't break type of side that can just suffocate you all the way to the end, even if they aren't routing teams 5-0, 4-0 every time. They've got 3 goals in the first half, and they're not letting them out have anything.
An impressive effort there now in from number 10, Caitlin Schotter. Schotter gives chase to the ball. Ultimately, it comes away with NYU. That's Joki for number 22, Malin Carr. Carr fresh into the game. Leaves it for number 25, Brooke Steely. Steely has gone from back right now to back middle. Joki has moved into the back right. Back right, of course, being a tentative turn from where we are in the box. And the dump and chase action, I mean, NYU has really hung their hats on that for the most part. Other than the first goal, they really haven't been able to get it down.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult when it does seem like they're just trying to play conservatively because they are definitely a possession-based team, but it looks like they're just trying to pump it up the channels to keep bodies back, just to try and get their forwards in on their own.
And I think cruise control has kind of taken effect. It's now here for the Knights, pushing upfield. It's intended for Tango. That one's sent right back deep into the Knights' end. Fight for the ball. Who's going to come away with it? It'll be NYU. There's Spang. Has that taken away. It's Hansen. Hansen leaves it for Schotter. Schotter, that pass a little too far behind her. Nice play on the ball. Ends up with the hands of Deslina Nacarado. Nacarado loses it. Now it's Joki.
And again, that problem with the formation that we were at a 4-2-3-1 with the 2 defensive midfielders and three central midfielders. When that ball gets sprayed out to the wings, there's no one there to be able to support it with the lone striker up top.
Joki leaves it for Giulia Lombardo. Lombardo turns it over. Here's Hansen now. Hansen works it inside. We'll leave it along the near sideline. It's Mora. Mora now towards the middle of the field. Mora walks it in. Mora for Schotter. Schotter, nothing, no pass, no shot yet, but the Knights have the ball deep in the Violets' end. Let's see if something comes up here. Schotter gets that one towards the middle, quickly picked off. Joki sends it away. There's Welsh. Keeps the ball in the Violets' end. That's taken away. Impressive defensive effort there from Zhu. Zhu has it taken away. Here's Nacarado, comes away with the ball. The Knights some life here. Here's Barone. Barone for Nacarado. That pass a little too far ahead. Here's Joki, guarded closely by Nacarado. Joki will leave it for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper back to Joki. It's number 0 in Mia Capo in net for the Violets. Pitching a shutout through the first 36 minutes of the contest.
And great signs from the mound to be able to build up play and work it up the wings.
Marley Scanlon, that one goes right off De Leon Portillo. Impressive effort on the defensive front there. You know, Bob, I've always wondered. My brother plays soccer. You've played soccer at some point in your life. I mean, getting hit with a ball, that one fired,
Wolf,
bobbled, and ultimately wrapped up by Lynette. I mean, getting hit with a soccer ball has to hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean, you buy the dollar store balls that are like the foam outside, and I mean, if you're horsing around with your brother and you get hit by a ball, it hurts. But like the college level and high school level balls that are legit, like they're texturized plastic, they really hurt.
Oh, here's Spang, puts the moves on. Spang gets inside, fires, ground ball wrapped up by Lenan.
Just trying to curl that to the back, to the outside post, just can't quite get the right footing on it.
A little bit of bag work there from Julia Spang, the 5'7" sophomore out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. But again, I mean, 13 shots on goal in the first half is an impressive number, no matter which way you slice it. But, I mean, these have all been good shots. I mean, especially the ones have gone in. But, I mean, Sonia Neighbors, you think of Spang just now. I mean, the ability to create shots has been NYU's biggest advantage so far.
No, absolutely. And, I mean, to allude back to hockey, as we've mentioned a few times here, it's that mentality to get pucks in deep and get bounces in on net. Something's going to fall your way eventually.
Joki for Carr. That one up the far sideline. Barone giving chase along with number 2, Marley Scanlon. It will be Violet's ball. So, I mean, Carr and Scanlon play hot potato. It'd still stick with the Violets. There's Joki giving chase.
Handball here.
And the referees will nab her for a handball. But, I mean, again, to keep making allusions to hockey, I mean, this really goes for any sport. I mean, if you can keep the heat on, I mean, eventually something's going to break your way. And NYU has had the heat on for the better part of 40 minutes. I mean, 6:35 in the half and counting down. NYU's just been in the driver's seat the entire time, and obviously it's worked out for them. I mean, they've just played bully ball so far. Still not a registered shot on goal for the Knights. That one fired up the far sideline, giving chase. That's number 5, Carmen Cesarini. Cesarini along the end line, can't keep it in. The referee's whistle on now for the Knights. Substitution number 12, Christiana Mackey.
And again, from NYU, just that ability to be able to sit back in the midfield channels and be able to just pump that ball over the shoulder to let their strikers try and get a foot on it. It's just a very conservative way to keep a lead here.
Baldwin sends one up the far sideline that goes off the head of Schotter. Steely runs it down for the Purple People Eaters. Steely leaves it for Joki. Joki scanning the defense, so they'll just leave it back for Steely. Steely waltzing it towards midfield, sends that one well up ahead, up and chase. We're giving chase is Wakatuki.
Can't quite get the touch right. Difficult ball to get under when that ball gets pumped out to the channel like that.
So, I mean, I don't want to say the game has stalled out. I mean, we're 5 minutes away from halftime. NYU, definitely a lot of shots on goal, but, I mean, it feels like they haven't put anything really on the net in the last, I don't know, say 10 minutes. I mean, of course, and as soon as I say that, something's going to happen just because the broadcaster's curse. That one knocked away. Lenan takes it off the face. That one's loose in front. That one ends up just wide. Wow.
Almost disastrous for the Mount here.
Golden opportunity. Marley Scanlon sends that one just left. I mean, Lenan made the save. There's somebody behind us driving what is probably a less than impressive motorbike.
Aren't they all?
A series of rather underwhelming motorbikes, actually. And
doing wheelies, if I may add.
Back to the game, we had an impromptu, unsatisfactory motorcycle show. I mean, Scanlon had the ball out in front. Lenan again made the save initially, but she lost her footing. I mean, that net is completely wide open. Ended up just left. And I think that's the first missed chance NYU's had all game.
Yeah, it really seems like it. Very high percentage in their shots here they've been taking.
Baldwin for Hansen. Hansen for Tondini. Tondini guarded closely by Julia Lombardo. Lombardo forces the turnover. It's back in the possession of Scanlon.
And of course, as they call it a lull in play, it's never good to come out of.
Wakatuki leaves it towards the middle. Bob, sorry, hate to cut you off.
All good.
Scanlon fires. That one, good centering pass. There's just nobody on the other end to receive it. Giving chase now is Spang. Spang racks it up. Can she keep it in bounds? No. But the referees are going to say that hit a night. And it will be a corner kick. But coming into the game now, number 15, Maya Paniker. Paniker comes on in relief of number 35, Julie Spang.
And of course, as I was saying, the run of play is obviously in the momentum of NYU, but it is never good to come out of a lull when the ball is being fought over midfield and getting scored on in a quick manner.
Spang, Paniker, fresh into the game for Spang, elects just to leave a corner kick close to home for Wall. And Bob, what's the strategy behind that? I mean, NYU so far tonight has been fairly successful on the corner kick. Why not send it into a sea of bodies over the middle and see what happens?
There's a lot of different. There's definitely a lot of different versions of corner kicks. It definitely is dependent on who you have for service. I have noticed that
would have been Maya Paniker, number 15.
Whoever was they had, was it Clargio? Their initial corner kick taker has been subbed off. I apologize for not knowing the name. But it's definitely dependent on who you have taking the set pieces. So some folks, when you have, there's a lot of different theories behind it, of course. A lot of times if you have a forward taking it, you're just going to want to play it in. Or if you're having a target person as well. So it definitely helps to have tall people in the box. But if not, you want to be having training ground tactics to be playing out of the corner.
Tanko gives chase. Capo returns it right back to center. Wakatuki giving chase. Wrapped up at midfield. It's Paniker. Paniker will leave it. Now it's Wall. Wall up ahead. It's Carr. Now this is the dump and chase the Violets have been looking for all game. Carr inside. Knocked away. Here's Scanlon. Scanlon towards the other end. Wakatuki fires. Just wide.
A dangerous opportunity there, playing off the right wing.
Beautiful ball movement there from the Violets. I mean, tic-tac-toe just to get the ball further and further inside. I mean, the angle was there. Good job by Lenan to close off that back post, or that left post.
Absolutely. It's always dangerous when you have wingers making delayed runs coming into the box to be able to smack those home.
We're approaching crunch time here in the first half. 1:17 and counting down. We'll see what kind of extra time the referees award here. Scanlon now. Scanlon uncontested, fires high.
Blazes a firecracker over the net, and on the mention of time, there is no stoppage time in college. The clock counts down, so as soon as it hits 0, we will be into halftime.
So that answers that question regarding extra time. Marley Scanlon, another shot on net. That one goes just high. But there's another woman. Between her and Sonia Neighbors, I mean, the Violets, they're spreading the wealth. I mean, a lot of different attacks from a lot of different angles.
Absolutely. And as they play the ball in here.
Wakatuki fires. That one wide, uncontested by Lenan, but it'll go the way of the Knights.
Looked like a long shot you take in FIFA when you're about to go into halftime.
Yeah, 34 seconds.
Can never hurt.
A lot can happen in 30 seconds. I mean, Tracy McGrady once scored 13 points in 33 seconds. I'm not sure anybody's ever done that in soccer, though.
No, I don't believe so off the top of my head. I don't believe that's happened before.
Maybe we'll see it tonight. 15 seconds and counting down. Here's Carr. Carr deflects it towards Scanlon. Scanlon bodies it up, knocks it down, leaves it for Lombardo. Lombardo, that one towards the middle. Offside. Another good chance there for the Violets. The clock will run down. The referees blow the whistle. That signals the end of the first half. At the end of the first half of play here on opening night, it is the NYU Violets 3, your Mount St. Mary Knights nothing. Bob, before we take our break, what are you seeing out of this first half?
I'm definitely seeing a lot of – there are hints of really good things for the Knights. I think their build-up play definitely can improve in the second half, and I see a very dominant force that is just ready to park the bus in the second half and try and get home.
So we will be back in 15 minutes. Once again, I'm Lucas Stackpole. With me is Bob Hauk. 3-0 Violets, second half when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from Kaplan Field. It's opening night. I'm Lucas Steckpool. With me in the booth is my good friend Bob Hauk, and we join you now for the second half between the NYU Violets and the Mount St. Mary Knights. The NYU Violets are up 3-0, and frankly, Bob, they have been in control the whole contest.
Absolutely, Lucas. They have been unbelievably suffocating. I think they're just winning. They've been out here with just a park the bus mentality since they scored so early on in the first half, and it's been really difficult for the Knights to fight back.
And for a team ranked 17th in the country, what the Violets are, I mean, we were obviously expecting a dominant performance, but they have been dominant. I mean, the Knights don't have a shot on goal. 4% of the Knights' ball possession has been spent in the attacking third, compared to 42% for the Violets. And that stat alone is just pretty indicative of how this whole game has gone so far.
Absolutely, and obviously NYU is not lighting up the scoreboard. We're not seeing fireworks here over the Hudson, but the Knights having to be in their own defending third so frequently definitely does key into the fact that NYU has not taken their foots off our necks, so to say.
On the for the Violets, I mean, they have been getting help from all over. There are 5 different Violets with at least 2 shots on net. And the Knights don't have a shot on net, and they don't have a shot on goal. So, and that really is just how tonight's contest has gone. I mean, the Violets, they can play the second half on cruise control. I mean, obviously, neither of us expect them to do that. But, I mean, I think if you're the Violets, you kind of just wait for the Knights to make a move here, if they can at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And that mention about the everyone's eating mentality, even last year as well. Thank you. Even last year as well, the NYU Violets had a very spread out attacking third, and they had, I'm looking at about 10 plus different goal scorers there throughout the year. So everyone gets in on some action here.
And Bob and I touched on this a lot in the first half. I mean, this is just the fact that this team is so deep. I mean, everyone can beat you. Everyone on the roster can beat you. And for a roster that's 30 plus people deep, I mean, it's, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm really thinking about the military academies that we play in the Skyline. This is very random, but a lot of times when they would get base runners in baseball season, they would yell from the dugout, "You're surrounded." And that's all I can really think about right now with this many people from the Purple Wall. And we've got numerous NYU parents and families all around us as well in the commentary booth up here. So it just feels like an away game almost for the Knights here, even in our home turf.
The Violets certainly well represented, and it is worth noting in the game now at goalie is the freshman number 31, Maddie Tohansen out of Hope, Maine. I mean, zero pressure from the Knights in the first half. I mean, not many offensive statistics. I mean, good. I mean, so it appears, just the Violets are getting their reps in, letting their players get their reps in. Tohansen in the game at net. I mean, so the Violets, that kind of plays not to the cruise control mentality, but they definitely realize that they're in control. And it's interesting to see if the Knights can get inside and pick on the freshmen a little bit the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to comment on that goalkeeper, the Knights have also changed their goalkeeper this half to number 1 freshman goalkeeper Giuliani Iwashko.
And it is worth mentioning during the break. I mean, Bob and I don't leave the broadcast booth. We're just that committed to the bit. But I mean, the goalie to the Knights goalie for the first half, number 23, Elizabeth Lenan, faced a lot of shots and for the most part played a decent game. I mean, she got beat a couple of times, but she was getting work done here on the trainer's table. So I mean, hopefully she's okay. So, I mean, I just wonder if Lenan is shaken up in any capacity, and if she is, we hope she gets better soon.
Yeah, absolutely. It never helps when you're getting peppered back there behind the sticks, but it is what it is. Every dog has their day, and today isn't ours so far, but it is what it is, and hopefully there's no significant injuries here in a non-conference match. That would be really unfortunate for Game 1.
So, I mean, first contest of the year for the Knights. I mean, 3-0 NYU, minute into play. Near sideline now, working it, is number 26, Annabelle Booker. Booker for Freeze. Freeze loses control of the ball, taken away by Hansen. Here's Welsh, leaves it back behind for Hansen. Hansen has that one deflected by Freeze. Holscher goes in, almost forces a turnover, does force a turnover. Kaligaros in now for Freeze, and here's a good chance to open the second half for the Violets. Freeze inside, centering pass. They score!
Unbelievable build-up play from the wing here, getting a pass just clipped right into the box for number 11. Sonia Neighbors just to tap it home, then strokes into the back of the net.
And Sonia Neighbors, her name has come up a lot. I mean, she finally hammers one home. She's had a few good chances in the first half and capitalizes now a minute and a half into the second half.
Absolutely.
A little discourse about the stat sheet. Neighbors, the first half, 4 shots, 2 shots on goal. And you can add another shot on goal and a goal to that list. 4-0 now, Violets. Now, if you're the Knights, I mean, 4-0, here's Holscher now. The Violets right back to it. Holscher for Freese. Freese for Booker. Booker towards the middle, off the side of the cage, and out of bounds. If you're the Knights now, I mean, you can't think of it as coming back from 4-0. I think you just have to find a way to get off the mat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just gotta. It starts with one, right? And it's not like there's a 4-goal play in soccer. So you just gotta go. You gotta get back to the grindstone. You have to stay committed all the way through here. And I have noticed a very obvious formation change here, with 2 wings and a forward rather than a lonesome forward up front in the attacking third for the Knights.
The Violets, I mean, to their credit, that's two extremely quick goals in each of the halves so far tonight. I mean, they're just throwing punches early, and that's how good teams win games.
Absolutely, and it seemed like I was terribly mistaken by the comment to park the bus here, because it seems like they came straight out and came swinging for the fences here to try and put this game to bed.
I mean, obviously, you can give yourself some breathing room, but I don't think anybody or any true competitor really parks the bus until that final whistle. As Caligros leaves it for Holscher. Holscher works away around Nacarado, gets a shot off. That one centering pass in again. Good turn to side. Fresh into the game, Juliana Iwashko returns that one to sender. And Bob, that's a good save.
That was a wonderful save to track that cross all the way across the box and denies Neighbors right on the doorstep there. That's really impressive.
Like you said, Bob, way to track the ball. Really good centering pass, and that'll go in the books as the first save of the game for the Knights and the first career save for Juliana Iwashko. And Bob, it was a good one.
Yes, it was, and we got to witness it.
Save that ball.
Someone get that kid a ball.
That one fired. Referees quickly call the onside. So the dump and chase, I mean, the Violets haven't quite abandoned that. And I mean, to their credit, why would they? I mean, it's resulted in 2 goals and countless more opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes, just depending on the mismatches you have in the back line there, sometimes you just got to let your forwards eat and let them just go chase after balls.
That one sent deep into the attacking third. Grace Mora gives chase. That one ends up out of play. We'll see where they spot it. This will be the first corner kick of the game for the Knights.
This will be very interesting to see what they pull out here, being down 4 goals. I believe some tactics off the training ground might get pulled out of the back pocket here.
Taking the kick, number 16, Desiliana Nacarado.
2 hands up. I think something's happening here.
So the Knights putting some sort of play on, anything to get up off the mat. Hopefully good things to come here.
There's second-year coach Joel Dolan is applying tactics from the sideline.
Nacarado fires it in. That one towards the middle. Whole lot of traffic in front. Hansen tries to get a foot on it. Can't quite. That one cleared quickly. That's number 28, Julia Lombardo. Nacarado tracks it down. So the Knights have it in their possession, but they're going to have to do a better job just trying to get the ball inside. Leaves it for Hansen. That pass quickly picked off. Lombardo everywhere. That's Joki, whose name I think I have finally figured out, Bob.
We love to hear it. As our main man on campus in the booth here, it's good to hear. Good to hear that you got the names right.
Yeah, breaking news, broadcaster learns player's name. And in other news, Bread Founded Bakery. But, you know, I'm proud of myself. It's my first one of the year. I got to keep tabs on my performance.
Absolutely.
You ever seen that This Is Sports Center commercial with they find Scott Van Pelt using performance enhancers, and it's just a thesaurus?
That's wonderful. I haven't, but that's great.
The Knights work it towards midfield. Intended for Nacarado. That one just a little too far wide. And Freese leaves it back for Booker. Booker for Steely. Steely for the goalkeeper.
And some increased press here from the mount. It's good to see forwards getting up to try and pressure the ball, not to give NYU so much time so they can sit in their defending third and pick out their passes.
So NYU, I mean, even up 4, I mean, not that you should change anything in your strategy, but I mean, they're still being very methodical with the ball. I mean, obviously, that's, again, something you wouldn't change just because it's worked so well. But, I mean, you were spot on with that. There's a centering pass towards the middle. That one's still loose in front. Falls in front of Freese. Freese in alone. That one turned aside. Still loose. That one's sent out of bounds, but there it is. Another save for Awashko.
Absolutely
Good chance in front for the Violets. And so other than that first goal, Awashko, has just really hunkered down. 2 good saves on back-to-back chances here for the Violets.
Absolutely, and it's impressive. Is that number 28 or 23 off the left side there? I think that's number 28, Lombardo. Just get a clear chance, got the ball off the left foot, took a rip. Or that's Freese, my apologies. Took a rip, and Awashko was able to get down and make that low save.
Freese runs it back. That one turned aside again by Awashko. 3 for her last 3.
Awashko saying, I understand it now. 3 straight saves.
And now, being down 4-0, there's certainly a lot less pressure. That's not to say, you have to go out there and give it your all, no matter what the score is. But, it gives you a little freedom, to try, new people in new places or, look through your depth chart a little bit. And Awashko has looked really good off the bench to open the second half.
You always love to see that, especially against such a good attacking team like NYU.
Tanko and Booker tussle for the ball on the sideline. He stays with the Violets. There's Joki now towards the far sideline. Joki unattended. And I've noticed, for the Violets being conservative with the ball, the Knights don't seem to be in an all-fired hurry to go pursue the ball. I'm sure there's a lot of defensive strategy to that, but the Violets have spent a lot of time in their own end just kind of trying to set up a play as Hansen and Booker collide. That one ends up out of bounds.
Of course, this preferred left side channel is becoming extremely more difficult for the Knights to defend as the purple wall of the NYU bench is on top of them.
I was going to say the NYU bench quite lively. Whistles here. And now it'll go the way of the Knights.
And from an NYU perspective, for a team that's so good that's up 4-0, it's extremely impressive to see all of their entire bench being lively over balls going out of play.
That's just the things you can do when you're in the driver's seat. You can beat them in more ways than one. Can you beat them physically? You can beat them emotionally. When there's 22 people on the bench, those aren't your friends.
No, really. But from NYU's side, I would like to use the phrase glue guy, but I guess in this case it would be glue woman. But having that mentality just to all be cohesive as one team is definitely helping them in the long run here.
Again, we've said this the whole broadcast, but you don't get to be a top 25 team in the country on accident. Freese sends it upfield, knocked down. It's Holscher. Holscher loses the ball. Luckily, there's someone in purple right there. And it's wide open. Here's Caligros. Can the Violets stay on side? Yes, they can. Slows down a little bit, leaves it for Holscher. Holscher's solid effort, can't quite catch up to it. It's Welsh chasing it towards the near sideline and out of bounds.
Cheeky backheel that was.
Violets ball, and they waste no time getting it in. It's Holscher, guarded tightly by Baldwin. Good job by Holscher, keeping it inside, getting around, sends that one towards the middle. That one deflected by someone in front. It's loose in the box. The Knights just have to find a way to get it out. Here's Caligros. Back now. It's Lombardo. Lombardo for Booker, and the Violets will take a deep breath, get it back towards inside, guarded tightly by Baldwin. That one fired.
That's off a car.
On to Powell.
That's into someone's front lawn.
And into someone's front lawn. Souvenir for whoever lives at. Actually, I probably can't say that on the broadcast because that's someone's actual house, but. For one lucky person on Powell Avenue, you have won a slightly used soccer ball.
I believe a fan has just gone and grabbed.
Souvenir.
There we go.
Here's Holscher now, back to the ball on the field. Holscher leaves it for Steely here on the near sideline.
And that possession percentage time in the Mounts defending end is coming out and peeking its head again as NYU is just choosing to sit on the ball here and just look for the passes and pick them out.
Steely now. NYU, again, just being really calculated with what they want to do with the ball here. That's Booker, works it towards the end line. Booker towards the middle, centering pass, loose in front, deflects someone, kicks back out. That one hits someone in front and out past the end line.
And it never helps when there's not enough of a press, and NYU can sit back and pick out their passes and make plays like that off of the wing.
It'll be another corner kick now for the Violets, and corner kicks today have been historically good. Taking it now, Rena Calargaros. That name has also given me a lot of trouble. I need Scott Van Pelt's thesaurus.
Activate the cheat codes.
Oh, that commercial was hilarious, though. That one towards the middle, good defense. That one quickly rejected. So the Violets, Caligros gets her own rebound and resets towards the far sideline.
Sports Center's definitely got a lot of really good ones out there.
There's iconic. We could spend a whole broadcast talking about iconic This Is Sports Center commercials.
Oh, 100%.
David Ortiz putting on the Yankees hat will that one will always be the best one. We got Tim Lincecum on the
That
answering
might be
machine.
my favorite. Timmy franchise. This is the franchise.
Big time Timmy Jim's office here.
That's a great one.
Who even calls me that? Now you got me reminiscing. There's so many good ones. Tussle for the ball here along the near sideline. Booker knocks it down using the header. Holscher gets shoved. Down goes Welsh. Baldwin gives chase. Leaves it for Hansen towards the far corner of the near sideline. That one ends up out of bounds. The referees, it'll stick with New York. And the Violets just on what would technically be, would be the Knights' end. Their attacking end, they have spent a whole lot of time there to open this second half, too. I mean, 4 shots on goal. One of them turned into a goal. I mean, but 12 minutes into the second half, I mean, it's the same themes as the first half.
Yeah, seriously, it's will not go as far as to call it a rout, but it is definitely a suffocation of sorts. It's very slow bleeding death here.
This would be a commanding victory for the Violets. Throw in here for, I believe it'll be Welsh. Welsh sends it up the sideline. Nobody quite home. Wrapped up quickly by NYU. Leaves it for Joki on the Violets' end of midfield. Quickly crosses back over. So the Violets will do it again. And it seems like that we've been in this position a lot. I mean, the Violets take it to their own end of midfield briefly and just set up an offense, and it's worked every time.
Seems to be, and it's their track record from this whole past year, too, for the Violets, because as I'm looking at their past games here, they have a lot of shutouts and they have a lot of 1 to 2 goal margin victories over the past year, and they were an undefeated road team in non-conference games, so it must be working.
Here's one thrown in. It's Zhang. Zhang guarded tightly by Mora, gets around her, loses the ball a little bit, and now it's a 2-on-1, picked by the Knights. Here's Mora leading the charge the other way, and she loses the ball. Kaligaros now for Joki. Joki back towards the Violets' end of the field. It's Steely.
And I would have to say I've been shocked here with these implemented tactics.
Steely for Lombardo sends one towards the net. Diving stop. Good job smothering it there for Awashko.
Wonderful stop. And as I was mentioning before the ball got played forward, been shocked by the minimal impact that Grace Morris had, number 6, who's the Mount's leading goal scorer last year with 11 goals.
And that's just a testament to the defense. I mean, here's a chance now. In alone is Freese. Freese fires, scores.
Wonderful through ball there. Freese wins the foot race to the ball and just curls it into the back post there, curling away from Awashko. That's a really tough save to make.
And that's Freese in alone, her second goal of the contest. I mean, just her and Awashko. And I mean, in history, if you're the one with the ball, history's kind to you. Freese knocks home her second of the contest. It is now 5-0 Violets.
Good things come to those who wait. And Freese's third chance with 1-on-1 against Awashko. She buries it.
And this is just, I mean, if you're NYU, I mean, this is exactly how you want this game to go. I mean, come in on the road. I mean, and New York City is a hike from here.
It really is.
So I mean, just a business trip for the Violets. I mean, still a half hour left. Much stranger things have happened, but I mean, if you're NYU, you have to be feeling pretty good about yourself. Working it up now, Joki, far sideline. That's Zhang. Zhang with the ball up ahead. Intended for Holscher. Holscher gets a body on someone. They both fall to the ground. That ball's still loose. Kaligaros picks it up. Here is Booker near sideline. Booker walks it in. Booker echoes off Baldwin. Good defense there. And here unattested is Holscher, and that's an offside.
Tough one to take there. Not a great sign from the Mount when the wing is this open and there's defenders pressure coming to the ball that late.
And there's really, I mean, frankly, in a game you're winning 5-0, there's not much you can nitpick. But, I mean, it does feel like that NYU has been a bit overzealous with certain chances. I mean, that's the 4th offside of the contest. And, I mean, again, when you're winning 5-0, you tend not to think about these things. But that is one thing I've noticed, is that the offside has come back to bite the Violets a couple of times.
No, absolutely. When you have poachers and foxes in the box that play the ball, get the ball played over their shoulder, that's just bound to happen when you're playing that sort of tactics.
So the lights are on here at Kaplan Field. It is a gorgeous Friday evening. And Bob, you know, I got to say, this is just a wonderful night here in Newburgh.
It's gorgeous as Beacon is peeping its head at us, and we can see Beacon Mountain just off in the distance here right above Kaplan.
And here's Holscher again. That would have been a perfect opportunity. And to the point of the conversation we were just having, yet another offside for the Violets.
It's very unfortunate. Not great to be seeing one of your captain's armbands jumping off sides here. That's not wonderful.
I mean, the thing is, though, these offside calls, all but I'd say one of them would have been surefire goal opportunities if you can wait that extra half second.
Absolutely, and on top of losing the goal opportunity, you're losing the possession, where that's more time where you can't control the ball in a game that you're winning.
And for a team like the Violets, who have at least hung their hat on tonight, just being so commanding on offense, there's a shot. That one wrapped up quickly by Maddie Tehansen. The first save of the contest for NYU, which comes only because it's the first shot on goal of the contest for the Knights.
Caitlin Hansing jumping back onto a loose ball there, trying to wrap around it, trying to curl into the front of the net there. Just not enough whiz on the hot dog.
And like you said earlier, Bob, I mean, there is no 5-goal shot in soccer. So now if you're the Knights, I mean, you don't even have to come back from 5-0 at this point. You just 1 foot in front of the other, maybe get 1 or 2 on the board. I mean, because that's easily the best opportunity the Knights have had all night.
Absolutely, and sometimes you just have to go for pride and at least get yourself one back, and it really does start one at a time.
And here's more or less a line change for NYU. 27:50 and counting down left in the contest. 5 sets of fresh legs in for the Violets.
And just that vision of staying locked in and being able to just keep the team morale up as a side for the Mount is definitely important, with a tough Vassar College side up next on Sunday. I'm here at Kaplan Field, so I believe you'll be hearing Lucas's voice once again.
We'll be back in the booth. I mean, that game's Sunday at 2. And, I mean, for the most part, you're stuck with us for any sport on campus. So, you know, if you have any complaints, I'm terribly sorry. But point is, I mean, you know, women's soccer look to get back on the saddle against Vassar. Again, that game's Sunday at 2 o'clock. Up ahead, the Violets keep this one onside. Up ahead, centering pass. Wakatuki can't catch up to it. Good defense there from Faith Welsh.
I think Wakatuki was a good 5 steps offside.
I mean, Wakatuki, they have nabbed her for offsides a couple of times, but for the most part, she has been an active force on offense. And I mean, she was the only captain to come off the bench, but I mean, obviously, what you want out of your captain, she's been around and making plays. I mean, first half stats, 3 shots, 1 of them on goal. I mean, a couple of offsides, obviously, too, but I mean, has been where the ball is, and you can't ask for much more than that.
Absolutely.
That one towards the front of the net, picked
Great
back.
stop by Hansen.
Booker can't quite come down with it. Lombardo there to corral it, and so the Violets will try again.
Yes, and Wakatuki coming off a 2-goal season, obviously not a poacher of any sorts, but seems she's anxious and ready to go to get back at it this season and increase that goal tally.
Booker falls. The referees blow the whistle. It'll stick with the Violets. Here's Kalargaros on the free kick. Bob, if you're the Violets here, do you go for the net or do you try and set something up?
Personally, as someone who plays a whole lot of video games and doesn't play a lot of real soccer, I would just let one eat here. But I think at this point in the game, you can just chip one into the back post and try and find a head.
I mean, interesting to see what direction the Violets will take here. I mean, obviously 2 viable options.
So with a 2-person wall and a right foot, you know it's going to be an in-swinger.
Shot on net here, fired. That one was fired on net, just out of play towards the top left. End of the game coming in now for the Knights, number 22, Rosalia Fornino. Fornino comes on in relief of number 6, Grace Mora. Washko all set to kick it away. 25 minutes left in the contest. NYU 5, Mount St. Mary nothing. Working up the far sideline, De Leon. Portillo loses her footing, quickly taken back away by the Violets. Working inside. Smackling, here's Wakatuki. Always seems to find the ball. Wakatuki in alone. Can't catch up to it. Washko, diving effort to stop the ball.
Speaking of efforts, almost an unbelievable effort from Wakatuki to grab that ball off of a deflection and pop it up to herself. Almost controlled the ball to put that one home.
I mean, in a 5-0 contest, you we'll have to look a little extra hard for bright spots. But, I mean, I will say Juliana Owashko, the freshman goalkeeper, has played an extremely strong second half. I mean, she has let up 2 goals, but, I mean, both of those were one-on-ones, and that's a lot to ask out of a goalkeeper, especially a first-year goalkeeper.
Absolutely.
Berg will leave it for Joki.
In a scenario where a goalkeeper's seeing so many shots on target, it is a good sign to be seeing them making saves.
Working it now. Stanko gives pursuit of the ball. Her and Steely collide. That ball goes straight up. It is corralled. It's actually, no, still loose. Both Tides playing hot potato. That takes a bounce towards the far sideline. Wrapped up by Isabella Barone. The Violets, of course, in hot pursuit, looking for anybody in white to get the ball to. It ends up knocked out of bounds, and it'll become Violet's ball.
The ball just hip-hopping around there a little bit. Coach to quote our wonderful Coach Rosie from the baseball team, he would probably say that's a turf bounce.
I mean, the Violets have just had magnets in their feet the whole game. I mean, they've completely dominated time of possession, and especially time of possession in the attacking third. I mean, at the end of the first half, the Violets spent 42% of the half with the ball in their attacking third, and I can only imagine that number's gone up since then.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been absolutely suffocating. They've been keeping it on the attacking third for a good chunk of this game here. I apologize. I was gonna mention that they've been in the MC part of the MSMC, but I realized that they were attacking the other half in the first half, so I can't make that point.
Now tussle for the ball along the far sideline, leaves it back for Joki. Joki for Steely. Steely works it up. Here's Booker, left alone here on the far sideline. I don't think the Knights have picked it up. And there's a pass deflected. That goes right into Booker's lap, and let's see if something can come up here. Booker works it in, centering pass. That one off. A couple of bodies still loose in front. Isabella Barone hits the deck hard. She collided with Marley Scanlon in purple. But either way, the threat is extinguished for now. Still loose in front. Here's Macklin, leaves it back, fires. Wrapped up by Owashko. And I mean, looking past the 2 goals the Violets have scored in this half, I mean, the interior defense does look a lot better than it did in the first half for Mount St. Mary.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely tighten up a little bit more here. That's always a good sign, being able to control that ball and clear it when we need to.
Tanko takes a hard push. She hits the deck. The referee takes exception. It'll go away at the Knights.
And here, if you're the Knights, when you get the opportunity, these free kicks right here at the midfield, I think you just got to push it upfield and hope you get a bounce.
So to take the free kick is Baldwin, and they do exactly that. Nobody on white home. So Hansen will pick that up fairly uncontested.
It's a good thing I know a thing or two about soccer.
Makes me look a whole lot better. Joki for Lombardo. Lombardo walks it up closer to us here in the booth. Fires, intended for Wakatuki, out of play. Here's Welsh giving chase. Wakatuki in alone. Wakatuki and Welsh go at it. And I'll tell you, Bob, she went a long way to get to that ball.
Absolutely. That's a hungry winger right there. Wakatuki obviously wants to be leaving the Berg with a goal tonight.
Back into the game, number 3, Avril Silva, and number 22, Malin Carr.
And NYU making another goalkeeper substitution, double zeros, Dimitra Sideridis. I hope I got that right.
Sidorides, according to the pronunciation guide. 3rd goalie on the depth chart. She's now into the contest with about 21 minutes to play.
Would help if I read the pronunciation sheet, but I could not find it.
That one towards the middle of the box. That one quickly sent back out. But, I mean, there haven't been – it is a nice night to be a Violets goalkeeper,
no,
I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. Not a whole lot of pressure. You get to sit there and look pretty, as the folks would say.
And so, yeah, I mean, the Violets, as it stands now, are aiming to complete the combined shutout. I mean, I think that's fun. Combined shutout, everybody gets a piece of the pie. Everyone gets their flowers, and deservedly so. It's been an incredibly wall-to-wall, well-played game for the Violets.
Absolutely. In baseball terms, I don't think they're on – from the substitutions, they're not in the realm of having a Maddox, but they are in the realm of having a complete game shutout, yes.
That one up ahead for Tanko. Tanko and Steely giving chase. That one wrapped up by Joki, just a step ahead, and she'll leave it now in for the fresh set of legs at goalkeeper. Knocked down now. Here's Schotter. Schotter has that one quickly pickpocketed by Joki. That one ends up out of bounds, but the way of the Knights. So the Knights will get a Whistle here, 2 new substitutions for the Knights. In number 9, Isabella Milburn, and number 17, Emma Mahali. But, I mean, the Knights with a throw-in here and there attacking third. Still 20 minutes left to make something happen.
Absolutely, and I'd love to see some more aggression here coming from the Knights. And I would not be shocked if for this last 20 minutes here you're going to be seeing a lot of balls getting pumped up over the shoulder of the forwards.
I mean, if you're the Knights, I mean, you're down. You need 5 goals to bring this back. I mean, why not start being ultra aggressive? That one out towards the end line. It'll go away of the Violets. Cedaritis to pass it in. Another whistle. Substitution now. That's number 5 in purple, Carmen Cicerini. Cicerini comes on in relief of number 2, Marley Scanlon. So NYU, I think, just flexing their depth a little bit here.
No, absolutely. I guess at this point they made the trip from Brooklyn or wherever NYU is located. Somewhere.
Did you just ask where New York University was located?
Well, I don't know what borough they're located in.
Got to be Manhattan.
Manhattan.
I think it's Brooklyn.
No, it's one of them. There's 5 boroughs. But if I had to guess, New York University
is in New York, but I
Yeah.
mean which borough? Yes, but made the trip up here. So yeah, to answer your comment, yes, definitely got to spread the depth out.
Wakatuki, a little bit of bag work, putting the moves on. Pass intended for Berg, picked off. Go the way of the Knights. It's Mahali, nobody home. Berg runs it down. And Joki will leave it for Steely. And really, I mean, NYU is just flexing their depth the whole contest. No matter who they plug in at each spot, everyone has just dominated.
Absolutely, and that's definitely signs of a well-oiled machine and a well-ran program.
And that's a scary sight. I mean, no verifiable, no objective sorry, hit the mic stand. No objective weaknesses tonight for the Violets.
No, absolutely, and Scott Waddle, third-year coach, is definitely running a smooth and steady ship here.
17th in the country. Surely he's doing something right. Wakatuki will work it along the sidelines. Looks to get past Welsh. Puts the moves on for Nino. Nicely done. That one ends. Here's Silva. Whistle somewhere. Not sure what the offense is.
I did miss the charge. I'm unsure what.
Baldwin waiting on the thumbs up for the referee. Silva leaves it behind. Off Welsh and out of bounds.
Another ball pumped up the left side, and I do believe a lot of long balls are going to be playing to number 9 Milburn up here in the central midfield there.
Silva for Carr, for Steely, for Joki. I'm getting the hang of the names, Bob. I'm getting pretty good at this.
So you're sounding like a real pro.
Exactly. Here's Carr. Carr out behind midfield. Here's Steely. Steely for Silva. Silva waltzes in, is going to send it up for Wakatuki along the far sideline. Walks it in now, trying to get inside the box. Does. Puts the moves on. Nicely done. Fires high.
Field goal is good up and over the crossbar.
And just, again, that is another thing. I mean, this isn't the first time we've mentioned it, but NYU has done an incredible job creating shots. I mean, Wakatuki, incredible effort. I mean, to a large credit, I mean, she did that herself. Walked in, created her own shot. It was a good look, just high.
Absolutely, and as a defender that I did play defense for just a little bit before I got moved to forward because I was really poor in defense. There's nothing more terrifying than a winger that can create anything from anywhere.
And here's Wakatuki again, can create anything from anywhere. That shot doesn't get too high off the ground, wrapped up easily by Owashko. But, I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about. I mean, that's 2 created shots in a 30-second span.
And there's nothing worse for a goalkeeper to deal with than hitting the 15-minute mark and dealing with a winger that's willing to let a 60-mile-an-hour shot rip from outside of the box.
And there's nothing worse for an outdoor broadcast booth than wind. We are having a whole lot of trouble here in the booth, as I'm sure you can probably tell. It's quite windy. Still a beautiful night, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, we also don't have a roof over our heads in the broadcast booth, so.
It is what it is. Mother Nature is coming in with a sideline report here.
We're susceptible to the elements.
They're bound to experience wind when you're less than a mile from a river.
Oh, of course. I mean, so I've discovered.
So that riverfront does not play.
And just wait until it gets cold. I mean, thank goodness soccer isn't a winter sport. I mean, California born and raised, I'm not sure I'd be able to do that.
We'll say, yeah, come mid-fall when you're playing soccer in Pennsylvania and it's raining almost every game, it's not fun.
Silva now works it inside. Impressive effort. Leaves it for Paniker. Paniker for Wakatuki. Good defensive effort there. That's Baldwin. Knocks it out of play towards the near sideline. Substitution in number 37, Meredith Tice. Freshman from Hingham, Massachusetts. We'll say wonderful jersey number selection there from number 37.
Yeah. For those at home who don't know, for those of you who don't know at home, it is really windy here. And additionally, Lucas Stackpole's number is, I just lost my paper. Lucas's number is 37 on the baseball team.
Yeah, I mean, Bob and I are caught in the eye of a storm here. An impromptu hurricane has broken out in the broadcast booth. You know, papers are flying everywhere, and we're being drowned out. Clearly, Mother Nature has an exception with the broadcast. I'm not sure what we've done wrong, but it's clearly something.
Yeah, coming in from the sideline, getting us some extra info, I guess.
The Knights working it up along the far sideline, leaves it for Tubbs. Tubbs for Hansen, off Hansen and out of bounds. The throw-in, and the Violets work fast on the throw-in. Looks like they're just trying to catch the Knights off guard. And, I mean, for the most part, they have. I mean, the few goals, not the few, I mean, there's 5 of them. But, I mean, on a number of the goals the Violets have scored, I mean, they've really just had that extra step on the Knights.
Absolutely, and throw-ins have definitely become a meta. It's become, for some teams, they can turn throw-ins into weapons. A lot of teams will carry at least one person that can throw a ball half the length of the short part of a field.
Joki for Steely. Steely for Nino in the general vicinity, but nobody pressing the ball. In comes number 9, Isabella Milburn. Milburn forces the turnover. Here's Welsh. Welsh for Fernino. Fernino intended for Mahali. That pass gets caught in traffic, and it's quickly picked off by the Violets. Wakatuki now. Wakatuki for Carr. Carr puts the moves on, sends it back for Steely. Steely for Joki, and it looks like the Violets will restart entirely. And one thing the Knights, just another thing the Violets have done really well is just cutting off any Knights opportunity at the root. I mean, the Knights have had a few chances where they've gotten a couple of, your rudimentary tic-tac-toe passes off, but for the most part there's been no threat from the Knights. I mean, one shot on goal, and that was a good opportunity, but that's really been it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really difficult when you're playing a lone striker up top, and I was actually mistaken at the beginning of half. We did not change our formation. I apologize for the experts back home. But it's really difficult when you can't get that midfield play.
Wakatuki centering pass inside. It's still loose in front. The Knights have to get it out. Mahali sends it towards the sideline. That one headed towards the sideline and out of play.
Apologies there. I thought the ball was lost.
But just the Violets, wall-to-wall, wire-to-wire, however you want to put it, they have played the exact same brand of soccer the entire game. That one loose towards the middle, over the head of Paniker. Mahali sends it away from danger. There's Steely using her head. Milburn for Nino. Nino up ahead, intended for Tubbs. Nobody home. Tice putting the work on. Tice waltzes it inside. Tice gets around Tondini. Tice now for Silva. Silva, good job keeping it in bounds, working it out towards the end line. Guarded tightly by Fornino. Leaves it for Wakatuki. Wakatuki around Fornino. Sorry, that's Tondini. Wakatuki towards the net. Takes a friendly bounce. Awashko wraps it up. But again, I mean, Yukino Wakatuki just doing a phenomenal job getting inside and creating her own shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm seeing hints of Wakatuki being a little bit too anxious here to get herself a goal, because when you're pulling the ball in so hard and you're trying to hit it too hard, you're going to keep just pulling into the goalkeeper's arms. And often with the finesse shot and the long-range balls, you obviously have the optical illusion of missing the net where the ball is going to curl back into the back post.
And Wakatuki, one of the 4 horsemen, if you will, one of the 4 captains the Violets have trotted out tonight, and she has played incredibly well. I mean, no goals on the stat sheet, but obviously there's so much more to the game than that. She has just found a way. She's just constantly around the ball, and it's certainly created a lot of problems for the home team.
Absolutely, and there's nothing worse for a back line than an unlimited engine, high motor, fast-moving winger that's going to be just producing what she's producing.
Fresh set of legs here for the Knights. Christiana Mackey comes in for the game for number 4, Morgan Tubbs. We are under the 10-minute mark in tonight's contest. Your score is still 5-0 NYU. And I think we're at that point in the game, Bob. We're talking. You and I are in the booth Sunday. If you're the Knights, I mean, obviously this is a nationally ranked opponent, but I mean it's still a 5-0 loss. I mean, how do you what goes into the drawing board, and how do you get ready for Sunday if you're the Knights?
I mean, I think a blowout is a blowout, a rout is a rout, but I think often me and our friend Peter, who like to quote a TV show quite frequently, for wins at least, they don't ask you how you win, they ask you how many times you win.
Paniker's shot from the top of the box heads wide.
As the win reintroduces itself, I would have to say that you just have to focus on the fact that it's just a loss, and 5-0 is the same as 1-0 losing. So I think you just have to move past it, and you just got to hit the reset button for Sunday.
On to the field comes number 6, Grace Mora, and number 19, Sophia Light. And again, live from the booth, this is Lucas Stackpole, Bob Hauk, and the wind. Towards the far sideline, the Knights just looking for any semblance of offense. Took her lunch money, sends that one towards the middle of the box. Loose fires, diving stop Awashko.
It's been a very impressive second half for Awashko here.
Oh, 100%. And if you want to point to any bright spot tonight for Mount St. Mary, it's been the freshman, Juliana Awashko, coming in. I mean, the goalies tonight for the Knights have simply taken a beating. 25 shots on goal, and that doesn't factor in shots on net. So, I mean, the wind is everywhere and clearly giving Bob and I big problem in the booth. 8 minutes left in the contest. But, I mean, the goalies have had to face a whole bunch of problems. There's a foul here. The NYU sideline fired up.
Fired up for a foul there, I guess.
In a game that has not been kind to Knights goalies, Awashko has really stepped up, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a steak's going to taste different if you pepper it, so there's only so much you can do when there's almost 30 shots going up on net, but you can control what you can control, right?
The clock is stopped. Awaiting the thumbs up from the referee is number 3, Maria Baldwin.
Yeah, X crossed arm symbol coming from the referee. In college, the clock can stop because the clock only counts down. There is no stoppage time once again.
Mahali off the back foot.
Oh, wow.
Good centering pass, just nobody home. That one easily wrapped up by Hansen, and the Violets look to go coast to coast.
That was a pretty back heel. That was a really nice redirect.
That one fired up the far sideline. Baldwin giving chase. That pass hauled in by Berg. Berg now giving chase. Berg, good centering pass. It's Wakatuki. Wakatuki handles it, and she's offside. Wow.
Just need to see the motions go through there. She booted one into the net while she was called offsides. Good couple seconds before the fact.
Well, and there's what we've been talking about. I mean, that's the one gripe I think anybody could have with NYU's performance is they've ended a lot of possessions just by being overzealous, a lot of offsides. I mean, I know for a fact that one and definitely 3-4 others. I mean, those are all chances that would have been surefire goals if you can just wait that extra half second.
Absolutely, and I think for such a high-level program like NYU, I've seen their coach being very vocal and walk around on the touchline here, so there's definitely going to be some conversation about watching offsides in the future.
And of course, I mean, in a game you're up 5-0. It's not exactly the thing you lose a lot of sleep over, but it definitely is something, it is definitely something that needs to be tightened up. I mean, you're a top program in the country. I mean, people are going to be coming after you.
Absolutely, and you hear a lot of talk from guys who used to play for the Patriots during their massive dynasty and how they would talk about how often Bill Belichick would be worse in team meetings after wins than losses.
My favorite quote from that dynasty is, "Maybe we shouldn't have deflated those footballs."
That is too funny.
Hey, man, are you sure they can't see us spying on their practice?
Maybe bringing a cannon with me was not a good idea.
They suspended Brady for how many games?
Oh, dear.
Here's Joe Key up the far sideline. That pass hauled in. Paniker puts the moves on. Good spin move to get around Tondini. That's Tice along the far sideline, number 37. Tice quickly double covered. Berg comes away with it. Good work there. Berg for Carr. Carr for Paniker. Still loose. I mean, the Violets in control, but the ball isn't in the hot spot, if you will. Here, good work to getting inside. Here's Wakatuki. Shtise's onside. One-on-one. Good move. Baldwin, they score. There it is.
Blasted into the top of the net. Vardy-esque there. Finally gets her opportunity and stays on side.
It was only a matter of time. Yukino Wakatsuki, just so many opportunities all night. There she is. Finally gets that goal on the stat sheet.
Absolutely, and I feel like I'm watching a college-level Jamie Vardy for my Premier League fans, who's #1 all-time, I believe, for offside calls, and he's one of the most purest poachers in the Premier League.
Well, and I think that's just what the Violets have been trying to do all night. They finally stay on side. They make the extra pass. They wait that extra second, and it's just a beautiful one-on-one. Sets up the one-on-one. Maria Baldwin came in with the help defense, but just a good job from Wakatsuki to beat both Baldwin and the goalkeeper.
Of course, and when you have forwards with that, hold on here a minute. Oh.
Up along the near sideline. You'll see, I mean, right back to it for the Violets. All gas, no brakes, and it's been all gas, no brakes the entirety of the contest.
Of course, and when you have forwards with that gazelle archetype that have unlimited motors that'll keep running and catch balls over the shoulder, it's bound to happen eventually. You're going to find a one-on-one.
That one rifled towards the net by Alexa Buxbaum. Buxbaum 2 goals tonight, but I think that one was more of just a warning shot. Fielded cleanly by Owashko.
It seemed to be there was a predetermined agreement of some sort because Wakatsuki was immediately subbed off after scoring her one and only goal of the night.
Oh, and here's the chance now from Mount St. Mary. Mora works inside. Mora fires. That one wrapped up by Tahansen. But they'll go down in the books as another shot on goal for the Knights. And I mean, for the leading goal scorer for last year's team, good look.
Very good look, and I think today might have been just a one-off. I think Mora will definitely get back to her goal-scoring ways. Definitely helps. Strong challenge here by Welsh in front of us.
Good defense there from Welsh. I mean, and you're right. I mean, a loss is a loss, but not every opponent the Knights are see this year are going to be 17th in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it definitely, as I said earlier on, it feels like one of those week 0 matchups where you're seeing very small school face off against like number 20-something Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
And you're right. And like I believe you alluded to this at the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, you want to win, but a non-conference loss doesn't hurt your playoff chances. At least you're in the skyline. So I mean, it's 6-0. You're down by a touchdown, but I mean, you lick your wounds and you get back on the saddle on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just picking yourself back up by the bootstraps and keeping yourself motivated, of course. It's really early in the season.
Another chance now for the Violets, working it inside the box. That's number 23, Alexa Buxbaum. 2-time goal scorer tonight. A hat trick potentially in the cards. She's got 3 minutes and 12 seconds to try and make that happen.
It would be impressive.
I mean, if you're NYU, this is definitely a win you have to feel good about. Business trip, 6-0, and frankly, there was never a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. Made the drive up here from the city and got some views of the Hudson Valley. And they're going to come out of here with a W, obviously.
And I mean, a goal a minute into the contest, a goal a minute and a half into the second half. I mean, literally for all 90 minutes of the contest, all Violets. Free kick. Sent towards the middle of the box. Good chance. Nothing comes of it. Carr works it back out. It's Tice. Tice sends that one back towards the middle. Intended for Paniker. Paniker gets a head on it but can't corral it. It's Carr again. Sorry, it's Tice again. Tice for Buxbaum. Buxbaum guarded tightly by number 5, Killian Moran, and number 6, Grace Mora. Mora in defense. Sends that one for Carr. Carr plays catch-up. Mahali fast in pursuit. Able to knock it away. Leaves it for Steely. Steely ahead, intended for Neighbors, another goal scorer tonight. And Bob, if this were football, we'd be at the 2-minute warning. It technically is football, just not in this part of the world. So no stoppage, obviously. Minute 50 and counting down.
Oh. Alluding to the football, NYU scored a touchdown and they missed the extra point.
6-0 your score, a minute 40 left. That one ends up out of bounds near sideline. Referee's whistle. Substitution for the Knights, fresh set of legs. That's number 8, Evie Dowd from Mechanicville, New York.
Mechanicville is quite a name for a town, isn't it?
I wonder how they got that name.
I would love to know.
Maybe something with the automotive industry, if I had to guess. A certain person who works on cars.
I was thinking maybe it was like a artisan town, bakers or something, you know?
No, of course. Now it's Neighbors. Neighbors a goal scorer in tonight's contest. Works it in. Leaves it for someone. Nobody came and helped her out. Steve Purple, but nobody managed to corral that. And we are under a minute to play. 47 seconds and counting down quickly. NYU, I assume, will just play keep away for the duration of the game. Tice to the far sidelines is Paniker. Paniker guarded tightly by Mahaly. Paniker ahead, another offside. And obviously, I mean, the referees have not called for a stoppage. So, I mean, this offside will take us not quite to the end of the game, just about. 20 seconds and counting down. No sense of urgency now from either side. Free kick due up here for the Knights.
Yeah, this late in the game, it's kind of just a shake hands and move on sort of scenario.
The final countdown is on, but I mean, just a real wire-to-wire win. That one fired up ahead. There goes the final buzzer, and the NYU, New York University, comes up to Newburgh and just lays down the law. 6-0 final here tonight. The Violets beat the Knights. The Knights back here Sunday at 2 p.m. taking on Vassar College. Lucas Stackpole, Bob Hauk will be in the booth for that. And Bob, just last impressions from tonight's contest.
Definitely some good things. Definitely some unfortunate things. 6-0 does not look phenomenal on a score sheet, but you know what? I'm excited. It's going to be a good season. It's a long season. You always got to stay motivated and go Knights as always. Roll Knights, as we say here.
Roll Knights. I mean, first game of the year. Again, Vassar on Sunday at 2 p.m. I'm Lucas Stackpole. With me is Bob Hauk. Thank you for making us a part of your Friday night, and we'll be around all year. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you Sunday, and have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening.
Catch you on the flip side, folks.